Okay, I think we are live. YouTube's trying to do something. Hello. Okay, we're here. Welcome to the Severed Chains playthrough live stream that we usually do on Fridays. We were not here last week. I had a cat emergency that I had to deal with. My name is Universe, and with me is Monoxide, the project lead, as usual. First,
Hey everyone.
we're going to open up with the change log. It's a full screen one again because it doesn't fit in the little tiny thing up there. So while Corey discusses that, I'm going to finish getting ready because it has been a day. So let me pull that up.
Yeah, this is another big one. We have had a huge outpouring of help in the past few weeks. There's been at various points like 7 of us working on separate chains at once. So we've been getting a lot done.
7 chains, perhaps.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright, I think I found the image that I want. Yeah, let's just do that and drop it down a little bit. Drop it down a little bit more. Drop it down a little bit more. Drop it down a little
Hey
bit
Chris,
more.
hey Vincent.
Let me actually launch that as well, and then let me get that image back over the top. Alright, go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, so big shout out to Ink, the Flying Zambonis, Acronics, Elepri, Doom Metal, Latch. Am I missing anyone? I don't think I'm missing anyone. But yeah, we've made some, again, pretty major improvements. We fixed a bunch more graphical issues, like the Violet Dragon corrupting the battle stage, all kinds of animated overlay textures, that stuff like smoke, fog, fire effects, water, basically anything like transparent overlay. We fixed the distorted faces and skyboxes in combat. Um, some big gameplay things, like we fixed status effects not being applied, so things like confusion, despiriting, stuff like that, had an extremely low chance of actually working. Those are fixed now, and we added a new option so you can disable status effects altogether. We fixed the items that give you stat bonuses like spirit ring, or sorry, physical ring, dragon helm, etc. We fixed healing potions being able to miss, which was another big one. If anyone remembers Drew's last Kraken fight, that would have been very helpful to have fixed back then. We fixed 2 major crashes as well, Thunder Kid crash and Celibus. So now the very first crash, game-breaking crash in all of Severed Chains is almost at the very end of the game at Zackwell. What else? What else? A couple little things like item sorting being wrong. And we fixed a collision issue that very, very rarely would allow you to kind of walk off the map into the abyss. What else? What else? I guess I could just read the list here. We improved the auto addition code, so it now handles counterattacks too. So you don't have to worry about pressing the circle button anymore. And I think that's about it.
Great. I just got mostly set up, but I might be having an error with the launch. I'm not sure if I did something wrong. Oh, that's not good. There is insufficient memory for the Java runtime environment to continue.
That's odd.
Is my system dying?
It might be, or maybe that's why your browser was crashing. Check your task manager, see if you're almost out of RAM.
I'm at 7% CPU used on my browser, 15 to 16% on OBS.
What's your RAM usage though?
Memory, 64%.
Okay.
Out of 32 gigs.
Man, that's not much at all.
I have 10 gigs spare, so... GPU memory, 1.2 out of 2 gigs. I don't understand. Let me paste a message to you at least. Failed to commit static region.
That's really odd.
That is very odd. I'm gonna check my install right now. Pardon the error. I need to work on this. We are gonna make this work one way or another. My browser just flashed.
Yeah, that's not a severed chains thing. That's the JVM failing to load correctly for some reason.
I am scared that I have to restart my computer. Uh-oh.
That is an unfortunate possibility.
Let me try a little more. Oh, actually, for once, the launcher spit out a message. It says OpenGDK 17 is needed to run reloaded, so that's not good. I have it.
Yeah, you sure do.
What happened to me?
Yeah, there's something real weird going on here.
Oh, I got it running. I don't know why, but it's running.
Okay.
It's running. Let me turn off the image thing. See what happens. OBS, are you gonna respond?
It sounds like
It crashed.
your computer's having a real bad time.
Okay, my computer is sick, so I am very sorry about this, but I do think I should restart my computer. Even trying to this image that you're seeing here, actually no, on my OBS it's showing that the patch notes are still showing, but on the live stream my camera's up, so I don't know what's going on. I will be back as fast as humanly possible. Give me like 5 to 6 minutes maybe. I will be right back. Hi. This Steam wants to update now as well. Great. I'm hoping that it's going to work now. I'm gonna suggest that the live stream itself is also an alpha alongside severed chains to help it feel less lonely. So a little leeway is granted for those technical difficulties.
Yeah, works for me.
I need to. So interestingly, Windows like vomited up Explorer.exe at the end and then tried to install updates, and it was like the fastest Windows updates I've ever seen. That's not normal. That is not normal at all. So let's see if things all run well now. It does remember that I was trying to do that. OBS does not remember where my client is, so let's recapture that. Da-da-da-da, and let's push a button. Did it capture the command prompt? Yes, it did. Okay. So it needs to unpack, but that should only take a few minutes. Hopefully it works. Because I think it stopped mid-unpack, unfortunately, but that should be okay. Music. We need some music.
It might be okay.
I'm hoping it's... You have coded this thing from, like, the Wizard's Tower. It has to be okay. The cleanest code in the universe.
Yeah, the unpacking code is non-deterministic, though, so...
Okay. Alright, we got a little background music.
We'll see.
That's gonna do that. Appreciate everyone's patience. I did bring my secret weapon, and I should have a surprise ready. Despite all of this, I was working on a surprise before I went to take a nap and then overslept. But first, we need some chocolate whipping cream, because that's very important. Actual water to chase it down.
Is anyone getting a loading spinner every second or two on the stream?
I have no drop frames yet on my end. Is anyone having a stutter on the stream video?
I've got it up on both my laptop and TV, and I'm getting it on both.
My preview is looking weird, but it always does that. Stream lag. I have no drop frames. Why? Now it's like at least when it used to happen, I would have drop frames in my status bar to show it, but now I'm showing 0 drop frames and just YouTube wants to die. Okay, it looks smooth now. Nope, it's still doing it.
I wonder if it's just YouTube.
It could be just YouTube. Like, as an archivist, I would love to just go to other YouTube live streams and see if other people are having trouble, but I am currently running a show, so my archivist is going to have to sit and wait. I will reinitialize the stream to have the entire universe surrounding me and bullying me like this. It is not great.
Yeah, it does seem fine now for me too.
Living on a prayer. It hurts. All right, we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna try and get through this one way or another.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you mentioned it, Corey, but one of the big updates is that controller now works on the menu.
Oh yeah, I can't remember if we had that on the previous live stream or not, but Latch rewrote the controller handling code and it's much better now. We've got support for something like 1800 plus controllers.
Yes, I recorded a few short video clips and posted them to Discord, showing that you can literally do additions with a Guitar Hero guitar and a musical keyboard, number 2, and number 3 was a like flight stick. It was amazing. I was incredibly happy to test all that out. That was just an awesome day. So today is backtrack.
Someone sent that meme of that "why can't you just be normal" thing.
Alright. Fingers crossed that I have some stability in the stream and the client as we go through this evening. Oh my goodness. I actually better F12 and make sure I don't have too many mods enabled.
Look at that beautiful skybox.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So we're going back to fight Polter Armor. Part of the reason we're backtracking, or at least that was the plan, is we had the bug with Celebus in the Winged Executioner battle, and I think something with Zackwell in the post-battle cutscene. So this is for to give that more space to all get done. I think Celebus is already done, right, Corey?
Fixed now.
And also I wanted revenge against Polter Armor anyway. And looking back at the original video, my first fight, I wasn't specifically trying to do a challenge mode, and I actually... People ask about, oh, what's a good challenge mode for LOD, and I'm like the only one who suggests going Dragoon special to favor the enemy boss. And Polter Armor is all about dark attacks. Like, I think it can do Translite, but it mostly does Dark Mist, Black Rain, and Night Raid, which are all dark attacks. And I was beefing the crap out of it with a Rose special on one of those tries. It was ridiculous. Not good at all, and that explains why I got like totally nuked that fight. So I'm not going to do that this time, I don't think.
Oh yeah, Marino's right. Look at all those lighting effects and stuff.
Oh yes, we have snow falling and everything.
All working perfectly.
Yeah, one of the last things that's of any consequence is the camera at this point.
Yep.
Actually, I'm going to take a free healing zone. Fun fact, in the last dev stream, Corey did a experiment with Zyconics to try and get the upscale project working in Severed Chains. And that camp image, this image here, was what they tested on.
I was actually just about to start talking about that. So that's another thing that I didn't mention in the changelog. I spent a couple of weeks working on decoupling the entire rendering code from the Legend of Dragoon file formats. If anyone was watching the dev stream on Wednesday, you would have seen me and Zycronics working on that. With those changes, it took us maybe 20 minutes to get the upscale project imported into Severed Chains and working pretty well.
Oh, my surprise was inadvertently spoiled. I have added a Nightbot to the live stream, and it apparently thought someone was being zealous with caps lock or something and deleted their message. So, I need to apparently tune that. I didn't realize it would be so zealous. Sorry about that.
Oh, stuck landing.
But I need to stream to you. But Nightbot, I have set it up, at least temporarily, to add some additional functionality. So, for example, I'm gonna do !SC, and it should spit out a response. Yes, it should. So you can use !SC or some other stuff. You can do exclamation commands to see what the commands are. That'll help you get some quick URLs to certain things like the Severed Chains project, our homepage, our Discord server, anything you want to learn more about or get connected to within the LOD community universe stuff. So going to Corey, I'm gonna stream to you.
Hey, Kakashi.
Okay, you should have the stream now, Corey. Sorry about that.
I got it, no worries.
Okay, so moving forward, I need to, I guess, pick up that item, which I didn't get to see what it was because I had auto text on. Darn it. I'm hard mode. You don't know what items are in the chests. You can't see your inventory until you start battle. There we go. That'll help me out. Alright, so setting up a party for Poulter Armor. Now, we found out that the main reason it was crashing is because I was using the 64 item mod, and that was overlaying into the memory space where enemy names were, and the game didn't like that.
And funny enough, once I figured that out, we were discussing whether that was actually going to be an issue in retail or not. We were thinking, well, like, I mean, the 64 item slot mod has been out for quite a while, and we've never seen anyone report it.
Yeah.
And then, like, the next day, someone came into the modding channel and had their retail game crash because of that exact same bug.
How do I want to play this? So I'm pretty sure I'm going to run Miranda just to try and wipe this thing into oblivion. I've been using the word oblivion a lot lately. And how do I want to play it? Magical Ring. I have so many pieces of equipment. Could run Greaves.
Yeah, Jayhawk, exactly. We're it'll be a bit too expensive to do higher resolutions with the current software renderer, but once we do OpenGL, then that'll be easy. But an added benefit of the decoupling that I did means that we can also do things like load PNGs and render those in engine now, rather than the strange Sony formats. So, you know, that's just another big step forward for modding.
And we want the sparkle arrow. Alright, who else is going to come with me? Kongle. Kongle could help, but we'll probably get roasted by all the magic. Maru is pretty capable, but very flimsy on the HP. So I feel like... Also, she's competing for speed with Miranda, so I want slower characters, if possible. Could do Albert again, and this time he won't wear... I hope he wasn't wearing a fake shield last time. Let's see.
Whoops.
I actually want to give him the Darkness Stone. And that should massively reduce the amount of damage he takes without cheesing with the Phantom Shield. He's got the Jade
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
I'm going to keep his speed low. He's got a Night Helm, that's fine. I almost want to... What does Saint Armor do? It's only like a few more... Yeah, it's only like 7 more MDF. And for my third party member, I could just do Rose and hope that that she gets targeted for the insta-kill because she's got the hairband on. I must have 2 magical rings, but she's not going to benefit from it. So I'm going to give her physical damage boost. Someone wearing that? Is Dart wearing that? Dart's wearing the attack badge. Okay. You can have a stun guard. See, Giganta Ring 133 and 146. 133, okay. If I do that, 146 to 111. That should be fine. I'll keep the speed low, and what weapon are you wearing, Claudius? I think we're about ready to try this again and not have a crash. Aren't we excited? I've been waiting like a month to do this.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's been a little over a month.
I had to backtrack multiple streams. Like, how long ago was this actually? And I thought I was over leveled, and it turns out like I was slightly under leveled somehow. But we're gonna do this. So we need some boss music. I can never remember which one this is. I don't think it's boss 2. It's probably boss 1.
Yeah, Quilleria. There's a couple of the icons that are like that too.
If you're talking about the menu, it's Albert and Maru that are busted.
Yeah. For some reason, the way that they draw those is actually like 3 layers. They draw like the blue, the red, and the green separately for whatever reason, and they just didn't do it right.
I'm gonna up the volume a little bit on the game because I can hardly hear it. Oh, I had the game on like 1%. Alright, let's get some music going on here. Oh, it's gonna start with some kind of thing. No!
Right off the bat.
He's wearing the... No! No! Don't do it!
Wow.
Don't want to be cheap with the Phantom Shield. I'll just use a Darkness Stone while I get hit with a light attack. You know what would be great? Is if we made the Elemental Stone equipment more useful somehow, but also gave them like a drawback to keep them from being too overpowered. So like if you wear the Darkness Stone, you take extra light damage or something. Like
Yeah,
it
that's
changes your element almost, you know? Let me put some music on. I'm so sad. This is off to a great start. Oh my gosh. This does not bode well for me.
Although, if we had that change in a mod, Albert would be totally dead.
Yes, he would. He would be dead. He's got 600 health somehow. I'm gonna use his turn to do a something.
Good call.
Maybe a magic shield, since the Darkness Stone isn't good enough.
You watch. Since you put that Darkness Stone on, Poulter is just gonna use light-based attacks on Albert the entire fight.
I forgot to change my party. I was supposed to put Miranda in the party. No, I just realized my mistake. What is Dart doing here?
Oh.
Damn it, Dart. Okay, you know, we're just gonna... I was really excited to just slam with the light magic, and I wasn't even... I was like, yeah, check the additions, make sure the sparkle arrow's equipped, I can do all these details, but I can't get the frickin' replace party going right. I forgot. It hurts.
True.
Oh,
true,
me.
True.
Look, we have tools at our disposal. Just pretend it's a randomizer, okay? It could be worse. I just need to panic a little bit and figure out what my strategy is gonna be, because... jeez, I took off the magical ring. This is bad. This is so bad. Charm potions aren't gonna help me here. One of my favorite items in the universe. I've got a spectral flash, which I could chuck with Rose. Alright, we're gonna wing it and see what happens. Everything is fine.
You're in luck with the charm potions, because next update you're going to be able to hold up to 9,999 items.
Yeah, and 9,984 of them are gonna be charm potions. Oh my god. Nope, I didn't even use the spectral flash like I was planning. I'm a terrible player. Oh, he's so dead. Well, let's see.
Super dead.
I think he's gonna be dead. Yep, he's dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and command blocking. I want to restart the fight.
I want to refight.
I want to refight. You know what? No items. This is the worst rematch ever.
This is just... you came to get revenge. And it's just not happening.
I've got lots of HP, it's fine. Shit, frack me. Yeah, so Dart's gotta throw items, and he's the only one who can revive Albert, and Rose is just gonna... This didn't happen. You know what? This didn't happen. This also gives me an excuse. This is a positive to, this isn't a crash, but I'm just gonna call it up anyway. We have an automatic crash counter now. So you're welcome in the chat. Everything is fine. Just, I need a neuralizer from Men in Black. Oh, I was dropping frames at some point anyway, so...
There you go, 2G. There is an official crash counter now.
I did save. Ugh. And I was actually reading the chat, Chris, from that old live stream. It turns out, Chris, that you had said right around the perfect time of what could possibly go wrong at like the final crash where I was about to use Albert, and I said I'm not giving up, and then it crashed and I just sank down my chair or whatever. You said that right at that moment, so I think you are an agent of SOA and you are here to have it out for me, and you probably messed up the live stream just when it started today as well. I have no other explanation, okay? Yeah, Dart doesn't need to be in there, so I think that's all I needed to do. Okay. Alright, everything is good.
Can you start the stream back up on Discord?
Yes, I can. Yes, I will happily do that. Alright, let's try this again. Not like I'm the #1 fan or anything. Got nothing to prove.
No brain crash this time.
In my defense, I am here as a event host and community organizer more than I am a #1 fan. I am supporting Severed Chains.
Tucci says, inventing Nightbot fail count.
I could just give it another command. I just only thought of the crash count, not like a forced close count. It was an excuse to show off the feature. Alright, so do we have the right party this time? Let's press delete to get rid of that. Still going for Albert, though. Okay, so I need to do a power up on Miranda first. I can hear Dart in the background going, wait, what about me?
2G Nightbot really has it out for you. First it muted you, and now it's taking a job.
I'll fix the Nightbot after this evening, I promise. I wasn't expecting it to be so zealous out of the gate. I even disabled lots of the optional commands. Alright, so we're just gonna go full special. Screw it. I need to drop the sound a little bit.
Our Sailor Moon transform almost works now.
Sailor Moon. Alright, so I can open with a white silver dragon, or I can be efficient and just, like, do Star Children 5 times. Well, you know what? I've got the sparkle arrow, so I'll just give it some use, and that way I can get the sword down quicker and use a moonlight if I need to. Hopefully, you know what? I'm not going to say anything because then I'll jinx it, so let's just go for it. Albert's going to cast Rose Storm so he doesn't die to everything. I've been waiting for this moment.
Damn, that's looking way better.
Oh yeah. 4,000. Something died.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it on Miranda? Please don't be Miranda. Anyone but Miranda, come on. I think it's diagonal. Shit. I thought if I wouldn't say anything, it wouldn't be her, but it got jinxed anyway from my brain. Oh, what the hell?
One-shot it anyway.
That's not what's supposed to happen. This is a storyline. Even when I get it just right, couldn't be Rose. I didn't realize it was gonna one-shot everything either. I overestimated my my power there. I'm not satisfied. But I'm not doing it again.
I mean, you could just force start the fight.
I don't have
the debugger.
Yeah, I know. I can't replace items, Corey? Is this menu not programmed?
I don't know. Gonna have to ask Flatch.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I accidentally stopped the music when I wasn't trying to do that. Hold up. Well, I need to do music anyway. What's the name of that?
So no controller support on replace item menu.
Right. Okay, got the music back. And pull that up. Do I have any support? Thank God I've got mouse support, or I would have lost the smoke ball. Alright. Replace the poison needle. Discard extra items. Whew. Alright, so that's done with. Now we're going to move on to Armor of Yore, and I think... What is that? Sure, let's use a Healing Fog on Miranda. Alright, what's in there? A Panic Bell. Only good for a rainbow bird or something like that. One of the features I am using right now is the No Encounters. It is a debugger feature at the moment. And that allows me to traverse areas quicker.
Do we have any new debugger features in this build?
I think they were in your patch notes if they were.
Right, yeah, we have, at the very least, we have the no status effect.
And automatic additions actually block counterattacks now.
Right, yeah. Okay. I seem to recall hearing someone a couple of days ago say that when you're at the bottom of the ice slide there's a button combination that the devs forgot to remove that teleports you back up to the top.
Like a dev tool feature?
Yeah.
Does Black Death Doom know about that, the speedrunner?
Good question. Anyone in the chat know what the button combination is?
Next up, I'm going to be taking on the Velweb Dragoons. And while I was tentatively considering going back to fight Kamui, Corey politely reminded me that I already fought Kamui, so that's not actually on my agenda after all.
Yes, we even embiggened
Yes.
the puppy. And he's just a very small, giant dog.
We learned that the puppy form is actually still feral. They just relied on the PS1's low resolution, so you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. That it was basically just... For all I know, they did actually create a new model from scratch, but it looks like just a downsized Kamui. The fangs are still there and everything. Like, it's not back to normal like the script says it was.
Yeah.
Alright, which way is the tower? Is it this way? I don't remember. Oop, I think I have a stuck
cute
sound
small
effect.
giant puppy.
Maybe it's this way. And I forgot to use the save point, but that's okay. I'm going to use another thing called Save Anywhere, one of the benefits of Severed Chains. Thank you, Corey.
You are welcome.
I want to change up my party. Who is this? I think this is the green stone, so this should be Suvale. And for Suvale, we generally want to deal magic damage, but any strategy is fine. So, Kongal has no earth weapon, or this would be a great chance to use Kongal. We'll be fixing that with a mod. How do I want to play this? Miranda doesn't really have single target, so I want her out. I could also just do 2 characters, just to show off that feature as well. Albert
Have
will
you
be...
tested these bosses with NoDart?
Nope. And I'm gonna...
We're testing live.
We're testing live like we do. Hashel might be interesting. Maru might be interesting. Maru is going to be good for this, actually. Single target magic with the magical ring will be a good idea. Dart's good anywhere, but I might go for Hashel. Yeah, let's do Rose, Maru, Hashel. And we'll change up the gear really quickly. I'm probably not going to adjust the gear for every single fight, but just a little bit at least. Thunder Fist would be interesting. Thunder Fist.
You can even use Thunder Kid now.
Yeah, I could. Although I might opt for Thunder God in this case, or even just nuke him with the dragon.
You can't nuke every enemy.
Well, that's disappointing. I'm just kidding. So if it's
we
Hashel,
gotta have something to do this stream.
Hashel, Maru, and Rose. Maru should get built first. Let's get rid of this. I am hoping at some point, not to be picky, Corey, but at some point restoring the page up and down functionality with the trigger buttons.
Yeah, that'll have to be added back in.
Soft boots, get rid of the dragon helm. Alright, Maru should have the magical ring. Dancer shoes. She'll be going a lot of turns. I think that's okay. Dragon Helm versus 183 to 191. Let's push it. And the Pretty Hammer, I may need to report a bug on the weapon. I need to double check, but it felt like I did the same damage with Pretty Hammer as Heavy Mace, so I need to double check that.
I'm not accepting bug reports.
What? Are you screwing with me?
Yes.
I don't understand why. What possible defense could you have?
If that, I mean, so we're pulling all those values out of the item tables, so I don't think that that is a thing.
Okay, I'll just check before I make any report on it.
Yeah. Hello, other Drew.
Drew Ponder, hello. He's got 60 speed, that'll be fine. And a therapy ring isn't really necessary. So I might... She can do magic as well, so I'll give her the magical ring. And... What else can you put on your head? Not much. Weirdly, you know, Rose has almost completely even stats like Dart normally does.
Yeah.
Okay, now Ashel. I literally just said Ashel instead of Hashel. Like, I forgot the H. Ashel will have the attack badge. Let's go full offense here. I think this is a fine setup. Let's check the additions. Everything should be at the end. And save. And let's go help see Vale find some closure. So one of the other mods I'm doing is automatic full speed on the text scroll. So normally you have to hold down X for text to go at a faster rate. I have it enabled automatically now. Once again, thanks to a mod in Severed Chains.
Ninchi asks, is it possible to keep the 32 item limit, but show a preview of what's in a chest if you have full inventory?
Yes.
Actually, that's kind of a funny story. Every single time you open a chest and it says you have too many items, that's actually a different message per chest.
Yeah.
Every single chest in the game has its own message, so the message can just be changed to say, like, what the item that it holds is.
Yeah, instead of them...
And
Sorry.
to the 32 item limit, it's in Severed Chains, it's configurable. So Drew is using 64 right now, and in the next update you'll be able to configure it up to 9,999, but it does default to 32. And you can also change it down as low as 1.
Yes. For some reason, they had to make text individual for every chest instead of just calling a single cannot carry any more items message. Calling the same message would make sense in modern development, of course. But because of how they did it, it's relatively simple for us to, once we have script editing, we'll just make it say, this has whatever in it, but your items are full, or something like that. Cannot carry item name. Something. And then you won't have to throw away a gushing magma. I know I said it that way on purpose, for a burnout. Or even dropping a healing potion to pick up another healing potion. You know, like, you'll be able to save all that awkwardness at long last.
Don't talk too much about script files while TFC is here.
All right, so let's have a fight. What music does this use? Someone went out of their way to, like, make a list of what music all the bosses use, and I just don't have it on me at the moment. I need to find that and bookmark it. We can just pick a music track. Is it maybe just boss 3? Maybe it is boss 3. We'll try it out. Alright, so we've got the party that I actually wanted to play with. That's good.
Flying Zamboni is the new script engine expert. Everyone should direct all script engine questions.
Oh, Zamboni. What have you gotten yourself into? So I got two options here. I can do power up on Maru and she'll do just a crap ton of magical damage. Or I can power up Rose, who still does decent magical damage, and will get better HP siphons from Astral Drain. I'm probably going to go with Maru on this one.
Vincent asks, which fight is this? So we're doing the old Dragoon fights. What is... I can't remember this guy's name.
Siuvale.
Siuvale, right. So he was the Wind Dragoon. Wow, I'm completely blanking on words.
The Green Power Ranger of old.
Yes.
1400!
Woo!
What? Does he really do that much damage?
Well, you're not gonna be nuking.
That's with power down. I don't remember him being this powerful. I remember all this being a total cakewalk. Was I smarter as 11 years old than I am now at 34? I'm not comfortable. Like, if I
peaked at 11 and it's been downhill since then.
Yes. Yeah, that's where it all... Yeah, let's just go with that. I'm happy with that analysis. Crap. What am I gonna... I'll just heal. I've got a single healing potion. Let's just waste that. Alright, now we can go in with Maru. She can't decide if she wants to be on screen or off screen.
Yeah, a couple of transformation and camera issues there.
So I'm gonna run just some freezing rings, and then I'll save her MP for off heals, I think. I don't need the Blue Sea Dragon. It's already gonna do a crap ton of damage. I'm hopefully not gonna eat my words here. $14.58.
All those effects.
That looks suspiciously like the number of damage he dealt to me. Come on, Haschel. 936. Drew's earlier
says Drew's earlier PC issues were Zychronic secretly remote installing hard mode values.
or viruses. Viri?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Alright, just... He really wants Haschel to be at 500 HP. I love the, I love this summon, so I'm just gonna run it anyway. I haven't seen it in a little while, so... I want to see it. Thank you, Vincent. I think you were actually the one who sent me that information. I need to bookmark that, which I will. I was gonna say something and I forgot. That's okay. Another freezing ring.
So Rose's darkness attacks are not the only ones that can rip a hole in reality.
No, I mean, I think dragons in general just have that kind of power. Like, the game almost seems themed around extreme magic just being about dimensional access. Which is funny because, you know, Soa wouldn't run this experiment unless they were sure they would have a handle on the situation. You don't actually want to, you know, spawn life that could wipe you out, potentially. So you've got the Winglies, which obviously have access to dimensional magic through Emil's portrait and the cloaking and everything else that they do. You've got Rose with the darkness-based, like, what appears to be blood sacrifice magic. You've also got blood magic through Zackwell. You've got some kind of dark, maybe Wingly magic, maybe something else, with the interdimensional frog lizard that blows bubbles to deal damage to you. I always love saying that. And
Yep.
the dragons apparently can do this stuff as well. I mean, obviously, let me make an action here. We'll do Astral Drain. So, like, obviously, Legend of Dragoon is a game that has a lot of inconsistencies. The different parts of the game were developed, you know, independently in cubicles and whatever. The FMVs done by Polyphony Digital have inconsistencies. The dragon eye count for the Divine Dragon is like 13 eyes when we have a strict 7-eye system. So keeping that in mind, a lot of these magic spells and things are meant to be stylistic before anything else. That did a very pitiful amount of damage. But anyway, so it isn't necessarily strict lore that they can all do this dimensional stuff, but I'm willing to have that on the table. It's not a main axis of Legend of Dragoon, but I always have loved alternate dimension stuff when done well, and even though LD wasn't really going for that, they just have some really cool plays on that, like summoning this giant pink skeleton that's supposedly the god of death according to the guidebook. It's a great teaser.
That was a very strange white box artifact when he was doing Wing Blaster.
Alright, now D attacks with Haschel. Perfect. And the text is not slow anymore. Chris, there's no space between SC and info, so I've got two commands right now. SC is just the link for Severed Chain's project page.
It didn't pop up until Chris typed that.
Yes, it did. It's got a slight delay. SC info with one word is just a text description, and then SC by itself is the link right now. Any update on the possible Glacier secret controller transport? My search foo is coming up blank.
Wish I could remember who was talking about that.
Glacier secret controller? Did I miss a topic?
When you press the button combination to teleport back to the top of the slide.
Oh, that, yeah. I was thinking like an actual gamepad called the Glacier or something. I'm totally out of my mind.
TFZ, are you still here? I feel like you were talking about it.
Ah, miss on Haschel, that's good. Denigrad says, I've always thought of the dragon summons the way D&D does Illusionary Dragon, more spirit than physical. The dragon summons are kind of a manifestation of their original forms. Whatever you see in the summon is what they used to look like at the time of death. We know this for a fact, thanks in part to the Divine Dragon. When it became a Dragoon spirit, it incorporates any pre-existing damage, and that's why on Dart's model, there is a damaged wing on one side of the Dragoon model. But the dragons in general, I just kind of see as, you know, there's obviously some derivatives with, like, they look like a beetle or a praying mantis or a spaceship. But I also kind of see them as, instead of being based on traditional dragons, in LOD, dragon just means an ultimate, powerful, magical version of a regular creature. That's how I like to see it. Oop, I missed. Arthur has a question. Whatever happened to the remake campaign? I know it has nothing to do with what you guys are talking about, just curious. That's okay, ask any questions about the fandom that you want. That's what we're here for. So the remake campaign is basically a passive thing. We don't have any active events going on, partly because we don't have the volunteers, and I don't get paid enough to do that all the time. But basically, the idea is to have the fandom come together and have various discussions about how to campaign. Obviously, there are some things we already know how to do, like petition. So the petition is the first component that I started in 2019. And that's important because it's actually a global petition. It doesn't have an arbitrary ending date, so everyone can always join it if they find it late. It has a unified message, and so that's done. we also need to discuss how else to motivate and influence Sony. Obviously, some of that's going to be numbers. We just have to show up with a large amount of people, synchronized, moving as one body. But whether that's a Twitter hashtag campaign or something else, making a collaborative video that's perfectly edited and looks heavily professional and well presenting, we have to talk about those things. That was a decent amount of damage on Maru.
Yeah.
I don't feel as prepared as I thought I was.
Electronic says it's select plus start to warp to the top of the glacier.
And that's while you're by the law pod, is that correct?
Maybe, probably.
We can check it on the way back, actually. I think start and select are both.
We should try that out.
Okay. Thanks, Psychronics. And if Corey and I missed any questions, feel free to repeat them or tag us and tag Legend of Dragoon in the chat, and we'll more easily see your message. This one's looking a lot better.
Yeah, way better.
736.
I mean, everything is looking way better.
Now, just for a test, let's see how much damage do I do. Sorry?
Yeah, TFC asked if that button combo was in retail.
$240. That feels too low.
Ooh.
Oh, at least it's Wing Blaster. Yeah, that box, I see it now.
I wonder what's causing that. We've been right here, John.
Dear Corey and Drew, where have you been all my life? Oh, I am hurting. I am so hurting. Help, help, help. I do not want a game over from this fight. Quillery wonders if there's any more dev buttons floating around.
That's something we'll find out once we really have the ability to disassemble scripts. And actually, on that note, earlier today I just pushed a change to a big update to the script disassembler, and we can basically like fully disassemble scripts now. So that's a big step towards being able to edit them.
$237. Why is this damage so pitiful? Like, I feel like the only way I'm not gonna lose my mind is if I go over to my retail save files from 2001 or whatever and load up this fight and see where I was at with like no gear knowledge or anything, and see if the numbers line up. Gosh. It's not even in the red yet. SC has come such a long way, yeah.
Especially in like just the last month, it's been ridiculous.
Corey, did you answer Deningrad's last question?
Deningrad. A way to loophole monetizing severed chains complete that wouldn't be counted as a breach of copyright or such. Money talks. If Sony sees severed chains make cash, they might want a piece of the pie. I don't have any plans to monetize it aside from my Ko-fi page. I like free and open source software and games. Severed Chains is built on top of a lot of free and open source software, like OpenGL, LWJGL, OpenAL, all that stuff. we will never charge for it. And you know, people want to donate, they can donate, and if they don't, then they can still play it.
We wouldn't be putting this out in the open or even investing in it, I would imagine, if we didn't have some confidence in the legalness of the project, basically. I can't say 100% that we are completely legally immune. Oh my god, Hashel. Hashel, come back, Hashel.
That was more health than Hashel had.
We're not immune to damage, that's for sure. Oh my gosh, I only have 1 revive. This is very bad. I need to speed up.
You can always use the debug tools to heal yourself.
I might do that, we'll see. I just wanted to finish my thought of, like, so part of what gets reverse engineering projects removed when they're about video games is if they use leaked source code. There has been leaked source code and assets before for certain games, including a few higher profile games, and if you use those, your project is invalid. What Corey has done is just reversed the game from assembly, right? Corey? You reversed with, you put it into assembly code?
Yeah, so I disassembled the game's executables.
Oh, shit.
And I have basically translated that back into, like, a high-level language. Oh man, Hashel's gotta just be hanging on. Yep.
Yep. Good thing I got some breezes. So yeah, we don't provide any assets ourselves. You still need to have a legal digital disc dump, like ripping your discs onto your computer kind of a thing with like a CD drive of an official copy of Legend of Dragoon. So you provide the assets through a copy that you physically purchased. Basically that's through eBay now. Unless you still have your copy from 20 years ago. And then Severed Chains does not provide you with a BIOS either. It used to require a BIOS, but kind of early on, I feel like, soon after it became playable, Corey, like last year, you had already made it so it doesn't need a BIOS. So we've eliminated that barrier completely.
Yeah.
BIOS is one of the big legal things, in my opinion. It's a small file, but it's one of the big barriers, because to legally rip your BIOS from your PlayStation console is a hassle to get it on your computer.
Yeah, as far as things like ad revenue and stuff like that, you know, like if we were to, say, monetize YouTube videos or something, it wouldn't really be any different than people monetizing Let's Plays or, like, review videos and things like that.
Yeah.
Same with ad revenue, you know, like you can set up a fan website and earn ad revenue from it without infringing on anything.
Yeah, it's your take on the material. So long as you don't pretend to be an official source is the main thing. We are not an official source at legendofdragoon.org. We are a community-run website. And that's why I have
as merch and things like that. You know, as long as there's no Sony IP on them, then yeah, there shouldn't be any issues.
Well, so the trademark is a different discussion. It's... Oh, ouch. Well, Maru's not coming back. Oh, no. This is not good. This is not good. I should have been throwing magic items with Maru. I didn't play this right. Oh, a miss! Saved.
Oh, that was lucky.
That was very lucky. So, the trademark lapsing, which is actually really interesting because I mean, I don't know how far in advance they plan their PlayStation Classic releases on PS4 and 5, but at least a month or two, I would imagine. They don't just willy-nilly. They have to prepare it. They have to make sure they have the original build of the game still in their server somewhere. They have to do some prep. The trademark expired on November 7th or 8th of 2022. I know because that's when a total lunar eclipse happened and we had a red moon. I'm not telling you to make a conspiracy theory out of it, but it is interesting timing. Now, when the trademark expired, that meant that Sony does not have exclusive use of the name. So technically, someone could, I don't know the exact on this, but someone could probably release another video game called Legend of Dragoon, and that would be fine. Someone can correct me on that if they know more detail, but they can still sell their products. I mean, copyright and trademark intersect, but they are different things.
Yeah, a trademark in this case is the name of the game.
Please be dead. Oh, I'm so fucked. You know what?
Rip.
I think we're gonna open the debug menu because I don't want to redo this.
In a hurry. Oh, he's using the dragon. Can you
Yeah.
even survive this at full health?
I'm giving Rose a lot of HP and I'm hoping it works.
You could raise their levels.
Hoping it works, hoping it works, hoping it works. Oh, a miss! Excellent.
A miss.
Wow.
Now he's attacking again.
What a bruiser. I should have been doing more magic attacks, apparently. Like, I'm not cheating, Flying Zamboni. I am showing off features of Severed Chains, as is my job. So there, they have 4 HP. I'm just mashing numbers in real
No,
fast.
how did that happen?
Now, what happens
Crazy.
what happens if I give Maru 1 HP?
Some weird bugs going on right now.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Oops, that's what I get. I didn't pay attention.
72 whole damage.
Oh, ouch! The game knows what I
You
did.
deserved it.
The game knows what I did.
Divine retribution.
Polter armor callback. It's gonna haunt the rest of the whole rest of the playthrough. It's gonna be haunted.
Yeah.
Oh. Even with a lot of HP, it's not doing Haschel much good.
Still not dead. This has gotta finish him off.
Nope, I didn't even do the addition right.
Well, it might have finished him off.
Oh, I know what Zychronics did. He stuck into my computer with remote desktop. There we go. And he swapped my ISOs with, like, the Japanese ISO or something. I don't know.
Or just
Finally.
installed the JP demo mod.
Yeah, the Polter Curse has not been broken. This is awful. So I don't want to play the Boss 3 music the entire freaking live stream. I'm probably going to mix it up with some other music as well. Ugh. Is there a Stardust here? Maybe I already got it.
Don't you have all of the Stardust?
Didn't I? I did. I went back off stream. Yeah, off stream I did it. Okay. That makes sense. That was way harder than it needed to be, so let's not do that again. Hello, Julio.
Hey, Julio. I think you're gonna need to go buy some items.
Actually, let's see what's for sale. Here's a thought. When you clear an area, you don't have to fight monsters there anymore if you don't want to. For quicker backtracking. I actually need to sell items first.
Some of those 14 charm potions?
No. The useless moon serenades and sun rhapsodies, obviously.
Oh, of course.
Body purifier, that's not useful. I'm saving all these powerful items.
They are useful now.
LOL. I mean, I can get rid of some. That's just going to make it easier.
I mean, you're using no encounters anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I might as well. If I ever want to turn off combat, I'll just use that for now. Oh, I think food is here. Give me one moment. Okay, I'm coming. Awesome, thank you.
You didn't even know you were getting food.
I didn't even know.
There you go.
Thank you.
No. You can have a drink or you good with water?
I'm good, thank you. Ooh, food is here. Food.
What you got? Oh, you probably can't hear me yet.
I'm back.
Is that Clippy hanging in the background?
Yeah, it's Clippy.
What do you got?
Sometimes I just pop up for no reason at all. Like now. It's got the googly eyes and everything. I'm
What do you
actually
get for food?
I'm an unironic fan of Clippy, so Clippy is in my life sometimes. I even have Clippy for desktop. I tried to pull him up once, I think, on a live stream, and he just wouldn't show, so I've got to get that fixed. Just gotta do like a lasso thing, you know, like. It won't lasso because it's a freaking shoelace instead of rope. Nope. There we go. What did I... Gonna leave us starving while I eat? I'm not responsible for other people's food intake. I'm a very generous person, okay? You want my biscuit? Here, have a biscuit.
I mean, you are the one hosting.
Mm-hmm. I've actually done, like, big food stuff before when I hosted events in person. I have a famous bowl from KFC because the other bowl, they discontinued it right after I found out about it. Okay, so we need to actually buy things.
Yep, definitely a few angels' prayers.
Yeah, apparently I need some.
Leningrad is requesting a Bluetooth biscuit.
A Bluetooth biscuit? I mean, I've got a Bluetooth dongle in my computer, but I don't think the range is high enough. You want to go outside my house? We'll be in range. I'll fax it to you, actually.
There you go.
Fax. Who remembers...
fax operates over the phone line.
Who remembers fax machines? Anyone got a spare RJ11 cable for me?
Several.
Is this Kansas?
Who do you think you're talking to?
I think this is Kansas.
So we are in Kansas anymore?
We are in Kansas anymore. It's hard to see the color, my eyes, you know. Alright, so different party. Kansas should be more susceptible to physical damage by a bit, so I might focus more on additions this time, not mess with Dragoon so much. I can't use Hatchel for this fight, that's for sure. So let's bring in Albert for some high damage. Let's even do He does physical. Well, such a decision to make. We'll do Dart. Dart can be in for once, and I guess I'll use Haschel. What's on the gear here? Stun guard. Let's give him something better than the stun guard. Really quickly. God, Dart's attack is so low. Gigantor Ring might be good here. He's got plenty of magic defense. Who am I running? Dart, Haschel, Albert. Haschel has... The Thunder Fist needs to be removed.
You've still got the Heat Blade on Dart.
Ah, good catch. Thank you. Soul Eater.
That's a pretty big difference in damage.
Yeah, it was right in front of my peripheral vision, just not noticing it at all. I'm on a mission and... let's see here. I want Dart to do more attacks, so I'm gonna... He's already got the Greaves, okay. Haschel, I'll leave you the way you are. And Albert does not need a Darkness Stone. It was never useful in the first place. Oh my goodness. Partisan. Yeah, Partisan's gonna have plenty of damage. Saint Armor is not necessary. Armor of Yore. I want to give you Greaves. Actually, if I give you Shoes, it'll be 60.
Yeah, Fuji's got a point. You might want to put the Therapy Ring on Dart.
I'm actually choosing against that on purpose.
Well, alright then.
I'm not planning to use Dragoon much, and I want to actually experience the downside just so it doesn't feel too overpowered. So I need to do that. Albert can also have a Giganto Ring. I'll just do Magic Shield if I need to. Yeah. Alright, let's save. Hey, one of the ironic things about elemental weapons, even the early Heat Blade is still preferable to water enemies at the end of the game, but it also has a very low base attack, so it could have been more powerful if it had just been later. Like if everyone had a little side quest that got them their elemental weapon, or just infuse their weapons with elemental damage, something a little more.
Yeah, it does seem a little bit odd that you get these, like, special magical weapons, like, mid-game, and then they get outclassed fairly quickly.
Yeah, except against their particular element.
Yeah.
And you could use them to boost your D attack, but usually you're using Dragoon magic anyway, except for very specific cases. You usually use your D attack when you run out of magic. And using an elemental weapon boosts your D attack against all enemies. It doesn't actually make your D attack an elemental attack, which feels betraying of the point of the whole thing in the first place. It should at least make your D attack elemental. But I mean, it was 1996 game dev, so, you know, we can forgive that.
Yeah, and they kind of had no idea what they were doing.
Alright. We need some music. Let's do this one. This is fun. I like fighting against this music. How do we want to play this? We'll try it on Dart, even though Albert's gonna be my main damage dealer, I think. I want to see how much he can do with, the Soul Eater.
That was a pretty serious hit.
Yeah. Alright, let's do it. $994. That's a better number. Oh, here we go. I am screwed if it's on Albert. It's on Hashel.
It's fine. Barely any damage at all.
Oh, I forgot to do power down. My bad. $543.
What else? And not 994.
Well, that just means. Oh no! Don't talk while you're doing additions, Drew. Oh. That's why I was gonna say it was a good reason to put it on Dart instead. So, because he'd get a bigger bonus out of it. Don't eat while doing attacks either. We're gonna change it up. Marino asks, should Dart get a non-elemental weapon once he gets Divine Dragoon Spirit to fit his new element? If that wasn't so redundant, I would be on board with it. Maybe a elemental weapon that you could tune its element just for Dart? Not sure. Is D-Attack not elemental at all? That is correct. It never does elemental damage, no matter what. It's kind of silly, like, if you equip an elemental weapon, it should translate into your D-Attack. Also,
yeah, maybe something like a weapon that you could spend a turn attuning to the element of your enemy or something.
Maybe. Alright, I should be getting less damage now. 600 instead of 12. Curious how much Gaspos does. Not good. Oh, Dart. Oh, Dart. I need to actually bother to heal him.
Yep. He's gonna die on his next turn if you don't. What happens if it becomes Dart's turn
He dies.
and so he just drops dead?
Yeah, he just drops.
Okay.
I got this. The damage was 22. The healing was 2202, which is the opposite of the current, well, last year, 2022.
It is.
Scaling weapons would be great too. But I mean, the bar's really low. Anything is better.
If they were scaling, then it would definitely have to be the final weapon, because you know if they scaled, it would kind of make every other weapon afterwards inconsequential.
Yeah, like what would be the point in the Claymore or even the Soul Eater if you're so like it could just be the final weapon maybe. But we can't do that because then we have to rename the Heat Blade to Plain Blade. That's not actually a reason.
Totally normal sword.
That's easy to fix. That doesn't actually matter. I'm just being funny. Does Blossom Storm have the damage from Soul Eater? That's a great question. Oh, ow.
That is a very good question.
Why did Haschel take so much damage? He's Thunder Element.
Question.
So my plan is to recast Rose Storm at the final turn, but it's still active right now, so we'll see if Dart takes the same damage or not.
The Lukewarm Blade.
Lukewarm Blade? That's so insulting.
It's just body temperature blade.
Yeah, that's not good.
Cool.
That is not good.
Yeah, Soul Eater does definitely strike me as a rose weapon.
Still did the same damage, 10%. I actually really liked that Rose got the Dragon Buster. I guess I'm in the minority there. But I mean, I also understand. If Dart's gonna be the leader, you know, imagine also what the Dragon Buster could look like as a weapon in the Divine Dragoon form. You know, I mean, that just sounds really cool to me. If all weapons get, like, upgraded to a new level, imagine the Dragon Buster getting upgraded to a new level. Like, that's just absurd. Possibly overkill, but I mean, if you're fighting a god, I would say that nothing should be considered overkill. You have to bring your best, so let it happen. So we've learned that Haschel is very weak to Kansas for whatever dumb reason. So I'm going to give him a magical shield.
Isn't it the D attack that he's taking a lot of damage to?
He took 1,000 from that, and he took like 1,200 or more from Thunder God. I think. Oh god. Dart, you're in trouble, buddy.
Ripperoni.
Hey, at least we're making these fights interesting, right?
Yeah. Not as interesting as the Kraken, though.
I will never forget the Kraken fight, ever.
Yeah, we're gonna have to add a bug randomizer to make these streams interesting again.
Controlled bugs. Hmm.
It'll just randomly flip bits in memory.
You know what I really needed for this, Corey?
What?
The resurrection build would have been great for these fights.
You've got the opposite of a resurrection build on Dart.
I know. I wanted to try it the natural way.
I don't think there's anything natural about Soul Eater.
Alright, Rose Storm to help us survive the rest of the fight. This makes me realize I should have kept his speed lower.
TFC says, use Thunder Kid, damn it.
It's like Kansas knows it's been bugged until recently. But even Atomic Mind hurts.
TFC worked very hard on fixing that.
Would it make you feel better if I used it?
It might.
You know what? Let's play it safe.
He's not even down to half yet.
I don't think we're gonna do all the bosses tonight. We'll probably even stop with this one.
11. Didn't know what you were getting yourself into.
Yeah. Right now I'm just focusing on trying to complete additions, which is more difficult than it should be.
You one-shot Polter Armor and it was all hubris from there.
Yep. Insult with the kill on Miranda too.
Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I mean, I can chuck the Psych Bomb, but I got no magic casters here. Now I got the hiccups. Great. And I feel like if I use a Material Shield, he's just gonna attack with magic just to insult me. So, like, there's nothing I can do. At least Albert and Dart do some good damage between them. Also, if I'm going to use a Soul Eater without Therapy Ring, I need to bring a magic casting healer. Because I don't want to blow all my healing breezes on this. Oh, Albert.
Yep.
You are dead. 2 turns in a row, why not?
Yep. Just rub some salt in the wound.
Why do I remember it being so easy?
At this point, he's not using Thunder Kid just to spite you, TFC.
Yeah. $331. Oh, because I comboed power up and power down. That's why I did 994 or whatever. Damage sucks now. Ugh. Alright, well, he's down to half.
Finally.
You
may not have brought enough items.
with 64 item slots.
Well, you didn't fill them up.
No, I suppose I didn't. Didn't think I would need 15 Angel's Prayers. You know what the problem is? We don't have enough chocolate whipping cream.
Of course.
So let me fix that. Hardly anything came out. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. Whatever. Come on, Dart. Miss?
Ooh.
That hurts. That hurts.
Actually, it doesn't.
Ugh. Corey.
You signed up for this.
Somehow I did sign up for this, you're right. Aha! Suck it. I'm drunk with power. That was really fortuitous timing, I gotta say.
Yeah. The RNG hates everyone.
I even continued the addition after the counter. I'm feeling like super powered.
That was a weird sound.
Yeah. Arr. Oh. I'll do a fog on Dart, sure. We're gonna maybe do a special, we'll see. Because I could really use that Rose Storm buff right now.
I'm gonna miss some of these sound bugs when we fix them.
Well, just make that part of the randomizer bug thing. Or let's introduce modulated sounds, like they do in other games. Where every time the sound plays, it's like one of 5 different variations randomly modulated. Alright, special time. But I don't want to do it with hat... Ooh, Dart's gonna be in a bad way. Can I finish him before Dart loses all his HP?
If you dragon nuke, maybe?
Yeah, I could do that. Go Dart. Kansas becomes a pirate. Arr. I love that. And Felicity was introducing their oldest to Princess Bride. I love that movie with all of my heart.
That is one of the few movies I've actually seen.
One of the only movie titles where you can, I don't think it was originally this way, but later they made it where you could flip it upside down and it looks exactly the same, the logo art.
Oh, nice.
What do they call that? I know the name, I just don't remember which name it is. There's a name for that where when you flip it upside down, it reads the same. Starts with a... Is it a P?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. What am I doing? Final burst? Final bursty? We could do a final burst. Just get rid of my trash.
Just a reminder that in the last build, the final burst was just a bunch of bright flashing lights, and that was it.
Yep.
And now it is almost perfect.
531. Could be worse. Drew Ponder asks, do you also like the movie Stardust? I vaguely remember it. I would probably have to rewatch it, but I vaguely recall it being an enchanting little tale. So if I'm thinking of the right movie, my answer is yes. I am not using thunder magic here. Yeah, we need a whipped cream counter. Drew has Drew has taken a shot of whipped cream X times with Nightbot. Yeah, the red dragon summon is a mistake in the text. It's supposed to say 75% because it's the same damage as Final Burst except it's an AoE.
Yeah, those numbers don't really mean anything.
Yeah, they technically mean something, but it doesn't mean anything to the player. Like, it doesn't mean 100% of your magic attack. There's a lot more that goes into it. It's really complicated.
Yeah, but like they're not even really accurate.
None of them? I thought they some of them had a point to them.
Kind of, but like not really.
We just need to go through every one and document what the real number should be based on their system anyway. Alright, let's get another Rose Storm in. That'll be our last cast. We should be okay to finish. Yeah, we're not doing another boss. Damia and Belzak will have to wait another day. Damia, I can just go with Dart. Like, I think... You know, I'm actually wondering, does Heat Blade do more damage than Soul Eater to a water target? I have to check that.
Yeah, there, TFC says, no, the descriptions are absolute nonsense.
I thought there was some sense to it. Oh well.
I don't think so. Julio
asks, will you guys make the changes to damage output for any moves? Balance changes are going to be one of the most popular types of mods for Severed Chains. Zychronics will be porting over hard mode and hell mode at some point, if I'm not mistaken. Those are the just tougher in general difficulty presets. They also include different game mechanics like burn stacks. I don't know if or when that'll happen, but definitely different presets. We're gonna start with I think we already we made the JP demo and full JP retail stats, right, Corey?
Yeah, and actually that's a generic mod that Zychronics made, and anyone can take that mod and change stats for enemies, items, players, etc., just by editing CSV files.
Yeah, just...
So Zychronics has included JP and JP demo presets, but anyone can edit those to make them whatever they want.
Eventually we'll have all of the presets from the retail game. So the JP and the NA and the JP demo, the NA demo, Europe and Europe demo, in case the Europe demo had anything different.
Okay. Red Eye Dragon is listed as 175, but is actually a 300% multiplier. Final Burst also has 300%, but is listed as 75. DD Cannon is listed as 100, but has a 600 multiplier.
Yeah. If anything, the numbers kind of represent a relative power to the other spells, like Astral Drain doing more to a single target, whereas Death Dimension does a little less damage to multiple targets. So it's like a relative thing, if anything. But it should just say weak, moderate, or strong, you know? That would make a lot more sense than the numbers at this point.
Yeah, they have no connection to reality.
Maybe they have a connection to a pocket dimension.
Reno says it'd be nice to see damage numbers being color-coded to see which element they're dealing. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. We might do something like that in the future.
We could at least do a glow tinge around the number as well.
Yeah.
Something more obvious than the elemental weapons, and that actually applies to magic too, not just physical attacks. Well, now this battle just feels easy. Why didn't I do this in the first place? Just spam D attacks. This is easy. Marino asks, anyone who is colorblind having any problem with the game colors?
I am colorblind, and no, I don't have any issues with Legend of Dragoon.
There are multiple kinds of colorblindness, I think.
Yeah,
so it might depend on the person. I'm hoping that one day we can have more accessibility options, such as that one.
Yeah. For me, it's mostly red-green, but most of the colors in Legend of Dragoon are very saturated, so it doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah, it's really intense. Come on, Kansas. We're done with this. I wouldn't say it's too simple, Julio. I mean, considering the numbers don't actually provide any real data for the player to work with without doing intense math, and knowing the formula in their head, and knowing the enemy stats in their head to do the formula, it's just not reasonable. If it at least was like 100% of your magic attack, that would be one thing, but it's not even that. So I'm personally gonna make sure we have a simpler mod that just says weak versus all, or moderate versus all, or strong versus single, whatever. Like, we're gonna have a new whole interface for the combat. It's gonna be way more helpful in modern. Oh, is that a bug? Ninchi says Dart hasn't been taking damage from a Soul Eater while in Dragoon form.
I don't know.
We should...
Is he supposed to?
We should check retail. We'll check retail first.
Yeah.
Step 1, check retail. That is the thing. That's...
Chronics, do you know the answer to that?
That's kind of cheating, actually. Just... He doesn't take any damage while he's in Dragoon form, getting although it's kind of weak because D attacks don't scale well in late game like this, but he is getting a bigger damage boost than he would normally have. Because he doesn't even have the Claymore yet, you know? So he's been getting free D attack boosting with no damage taken. Ah, I messed up.
Don't know if it would be considered a retail bug per se, Doom, because I mean he's not using that sword while in Dragoon form, I guess.
Technically, maybe the powered up version.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
If the Dragoon form powers up weapons and makes them look all organic and superfied, then maybe it takes away the weakness for all we know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a lore thing, right?
It's hard to say. We'd have to look at the code and see what's up.
Now, this wouldn't be a Severed Chains live stream if we didn't embiggen at least one object.
Of course.
So, we're gonna embiggen Kansas here, after we go back to the, we'll do this one, sure. And let's open the submap debugger. Not many scripts here, so it should be easy to find. So if you're new to the Severed... What's that, Corey?
I was gonna say that's true. Zychronic says if Soul Eater did damage in Dragoon form, then Therapy Ring heal as well.
True. So if you're new to the Severed Chains live streams, one thing I like to do on occasion, especially with a unique model, is to enlarge it through the debug options of Severed Chains. It allows us to enlarge models, not in battle yet, but currently in the submaps in these locations. We can change their size, we can change their rotation, and we can change their position as well. So I am doing that now. And of course, the texture is very low resolution, so you can only eke out so much detail. However, some of the like the faces of just the most unimportant NPCs get way more detail than the main party faces. It's really weird.
It's like almost all of the NPCs. For some reason, the main party's faces are just, like, bad.
Yeah. So now we can actually see what Kansas's face looks like, and that's obviously...
Like,
he's got a beard.
look at that compared to
Yeah.
anyone in the party.
He's got a beard, he's got a goatee. Interestingly, let me rotate him. Let me rotate him. Alright, he's facing head on, and we're gonna go negative. Okay, let's go 444. And so it looks like normally the Dragoon headband, the crown piece at the top is supposed to go straight up. It's wrapped onto his hair. It's flattened onto his hair, which is not right. It's just wrapped on there. So that's interesting. Yeah, this is a very low texture model, low poly. But now you know, if you use Severed Chains and you do a casual playthrough and you're curious, you know, hey, this is like a unique robe that almost no one else wears. I want to see more of his detail, and you could look at the different objects in the scene, script 1, script 2, script 3. Use the little alert icon box that lets you see which one it is, and it'll put a box over the character or the object, and then you know you've got the right one. You just up the scale. A lot of the objects, the scale is like 4,000 something. You put that to 15,000, it goes bigger. So yeah. Leaving aside how ridiculous the effort would be, what kind of things would you love to be in this game, like gameplay mechanics changes, for example? We have a very, very long wish list on our GitHub project page, GitHub being where we do the programming collaboration. There's a project page embedded in there that is kind of like a project board, like a Trello board, and I just have a very long list of possible ideas. Some of them very unimportant or unnecessary, but potentially interesting, from small scale sensible things up to wild ideas. But we go that far.
Long story short, we're doing PvP.
Yeah, long story short, we're doing PvP. I was casually mentioning it to Corey one day, and he's like, actually, we can do that. That's not a problem. And I was like, how? But I've learned Corey has more than proven himself, obviously, with the programming knowledge and just clean code and everything else. This project is very well maintained and has a lot of power behind it. So if he says we can do something, you know, with time and people, of course, then that is the case. So I am very eager to see what we can do with PvP, additional game modes like Boss Rush, kind of like Golden Sun has, online leaderboards for the mini games, so we can see who is the master chef in the Legend of Dragoon fandom. If anyone can do better than the sailor, that is. High score for dodgeball, high score for fastest time in the obstacle course. This also expands speedrunning naturally, because we can finally speedrun something that doesn't take 10 hours. It just takes like 20 seconds. Even adding new locations, characters, weapons. There's illustrations. Let me do it real quick. Let me finish this so we can do a save, and then I'm going to show you what Doom Metal and I have been working on. Are we remastering this? So although it in effect will become like a remaster, we try to avoid that terminology because it can attract overzealous employees from Sony and such. We are not making a fan game, but through the use of mods, it effectively can become like a remaster or even a remake if we make sure it is through game mods that mod the original game only, and we're not building a separate game. So with the remaster aspect, that would come through the upscale project. The upscale project, which originally started as just doing the background images, has now expanded to UI elements getting sharpened, and portraits for the characters and other things. A soft initial first pass is being done or has already been done on the 3D model textures to make those look a little nicer. And so that'll create a remaster effect, but we're calling it an upscale to not send the wrong impression, because the minute we say we're making a remaster, it's gonna get simplified by all the fans that are hyped about it, and the wrong information will be given to Sony at that point. So, upscale project, upscale mod. I'm gonna save it here, and we'll show you a little bit of what we have been working on impromptu.
Are we gonna try the Snowfield dev
Yes.
hotkey thing
I apologize. Yes,
tonight or next time?
We'll do it now, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know if I have to set it at a certain time, but we can. I'm pretty sure I saved, right? Yeah, I saved. Alright, so let's close this really quick. And close the command prompt really quickly. I'm gonna cut the music. And we're gonna go back to Fort Magrad. I like that Fort Magrad gets a location name even though it's only like a screen. Maybe this is a screen too.
A little while ago, Doom asked if Soul Eater might be handled like a hidden poison flag. All of the special items like that pretty much all get handled in scripts.
Do I have to press it while I'm falling?
I don't know. I've never used it before. I only found out about it recently.
Either select isn't mapped for me for some reason. I would imagine it is, though.
Try going on to the actual slide screen.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. Alright, let's see. And it was start and select, right?
I think so.
Okay, here we go.
I don't know if it'll work while you're sliding.
Got nothing. Either I did it wrong, or we need to double check that.
Did you just do it while you were standing on the slide screen?
I did it while I was sliding, I did it while I was standing before I went on the slide, and I did it as I was falling on this screen here at the end.
Go onto the slide screen and press it.
Okay, what do you mean when you say slide screen?
Like the screen that has all the slides on it.
I pressed it during the drop.
Yeah, but you were in the process of sliding.
Isn't that when I'm supposed to do it?
No, just stand still and press it.
Stand still. Okay, nothing there.
You are going to the previous screen.
I thought I had to go back down.
No.
Okay, so you want me to press it?
Go onto the screen with all the slides and press it.
Oh, you want me to just... Oh, okay. Never mind. I didn't realize that's what you meant. So I have to be walking in place, just not moving. But I have to walk up there manually and then press it.
Yeah.
Alright, so if I go up here, just on that. Oh my god! It's real! It's really there!
The legends were true.
So select and start. Yeah, that. Oh my god, that's the dumbest little time saver ever. Like, it saves you a few battles, but I mean, that's pretty great. Yeah, it works from the top. Oh my god.
There you go.
Surprise! That's so reproducible.
Secret dev tools.
I wonder if there's anything else. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, now we know. See, this live stream wasn't so bad. I've only dropped 30,000 frames. That's bad. Alright, so we'll close this, and I am going to move this over, and I'm going to go into my my model files really quickly. Give me one moment.
Forget to show the new logos too.
Yeah, I'll probably just screen cap Discord for that since they're all in there. I didn't save them yet. Battlefields.
It was select plus start.
Okay. So first of all, I guess it's easiest if I just like showed Discord.
Yeah, the launcher still needs some still needs a little bit of love.
Yes, it does. I've been the champion of that, but it is not. We've had a lot of other things going on, to be fair. I would love to see that get some TLC. I have messages in the server. Who is talking to me? Nova Dragoon left me a very awful pun in the general chat. That's nice. Thank you, Nova.
Classic.
And then someone posted a picture of Bob from Reboot. Curious what that's about.
It was when you rebooted your computer.
And let's see. Apparently I was tagged, but I can't find it. Oh well. Alright, so let's do just a screen share here. Okay. So a while ago, let me actually preface this with, let me, well, actually, let me go to legendofdragoon.org/secret page. Here, let's start with this. Okay, so this is a page I'm building for our website. It's official art for equipment and consumables. Right now I just have the weapons. Basically the Taiwanese Mandarin guidebook. Normally for games, you know, the home country usually has the most comprehensive guidebook, so Japan in this case has the 400 plus page guidebook with complete walkthrough. It's over 300 pages and is accurate, unlike the Prima guide, and is fully thorough, and it has game mechanics on the front, like painstaking detail, and it has multiple, like dozens of pages on lore. Doesn't have to be the full, all the information in the universe, but it's pretty comprehensive. But for some reason, the Taiwanese Mandarin guidebook, which I don't know how that even was a thing, like they got more information than North America did for the Prima guide. And some of the guide is still in Japanese, so they either didn't have time or budget to translate all of it into their language. But for some reason, they have illustrations for all of the weapons, equipment, accessories, and consumables. Yes, consumables have item graphics. Now, people have asked me, like, are these official? And I can't say with 100% certainty, but I am 99% certain, on the basis that many of the icons are also present in other guidebooks. Like the Dragon Buster is the same, of course. Like, let's go down to Rose's weapon. Yep, Dragon Buster. So obviously that's the Dragon Buster. But some of these weapons either were just misinformed or just it was before characters had a very strict weapon class, because Rose has a whip with the shadow cutter here. And Dart has double maces, it seems, for the Mind Crush. I keep saying this is a thing that would better suit a twin blade in the .hack series, like Kite. But all of the weapons have illustrations. You can see them here. I'll be adding to this as I go, but I got all the weapons done and moved into these little pictures. So one of the things about Legend of Dragoon fans is many of them have asked, like, oh, I wish the weapon models changed when you switch weapons. Well, we were planning to do that anyway, but later in like 2021, I looked at this guidebook and I was like, oh, and I got 3 copies. One to cut up and scan and one to preserve. And I was like, well, we should obviously put these in the game at some point. So that's what we're going to be doing. So taking what these images, by the way, are really small, 1 centimeter by like 1.5 centimeters. It's really hard to get the detail back. Detail has been lost. That's just how it is. But I've done the best I can with my scanner, and we'll be able to try to reproduce these. So with that in mind, if I type pretty hammer, that'll get me Doom Metal's recent post, I hope. Or maybe it's the Morning Star that he was... One moment. Why is it not coming up in search? Alright, we'll do it manually. We're gonna scroll up and away. Oh, while we're here, Corey, can I talk about the logo now?
Yep.
So while we're here, Corey's brother has been helping us work on a video project, and the process has also taken a look at the official logo and giving us like a Severed Chains kind of a logo add-on with that. So we've been looking at a couple of different possibilities with overlay or separate, as you can see here. The idea mainly being that there's a separation or a severing element with these lines between the V and the E in severed, for example. And this nice little effect on the right as well. Because we would like to create a custom logo for Severed Chains anyway, so we're looking at some different ways that can look. So big thanks to Corey's brother for doing that.
Yeah, I asked him if he had any pages for us to share or anything, but I guess he doesn't have much of an online presence for it.
Modding chat is too active, Corey. We gotta do something about that.
Huh. Whoops.
So for those of you who aren't in the Discord server already, yeah. Well, this is a test with the upscale. So right now, it doesn't achieve full fidelity just because of how it's set up right now, but eventually it'll show the full upscale. In the meantime, it looks like it's, I almost want to say bit crushed, where it looks like digital pixel art almost. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about earlier at the start of the stream, the dev stream that we did on Wednesday. We got the upscale working in Severed Chains. That's part of the separation of the model and texture files, the decoupling from the rendering code.
Oh, I remember how I searched for it. I remember now. It was in modding, and it was from... Come on, work with me here.
I thought it was in the Pix Videos music channel or whatever.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. Let me figure out where this was.
Doom just sent them in modding. Just go down to the bottom.
Oh. Thank you, Doom. Okay. So, if you can also show the one of Maru holding it, that would be great. Maru holding the pretty hammer. So, these are the images when I was still doing my early scans. Doom went out of his way to try and model these in Blender. The Morning Star looks perfect, basically. So, we've got this, the hilt in a kind of orange, the metal pole, a ribbon on the end, and a chain link for a ball. This is what I was talking about with the not as strict weapon classes earlier in development, perhaps. Although it's named Morningstar, it was probably originally a flail of some kind, because that's what it looks like. And this is the pretty hammer. We've always wondered, hey, if it's called a pretty hammer, did it actually look pretty? Well, now we know. This thing was so colorfully designed. It has a yellow ribbon, the pink like hammerhead thing on the end, and blue, and it's got like hearts coming out of it. So obviously, whenever you hit someone, it's got to have hearts flying out of it. So we'll need to program some particles for that. It's really cool. But yeah, the weapon names don't necessarily match what they are. In 2G, screw you, Nightbot. So Doom is fetching the one of Maru actually holding the pretty hammer, so you can kind of visualize what this might look like when we have it in the game. But that is what we're working on eventually, is we'll be building out all those illustrations as 3D models. I actually recently did the donut tutorial. I think Doom did it and Zamboni did it, and then I did it just the other day. And I think I actually want to pursue that and help make the 15 megabytes takes a long while to upload. So while Doom is doing that, I will come in here. Now this is the battlefield for Limestone Cave. Technically it's already been modified. Let's see if I turn that off in the viewport. Yes. So originally, these battlefields were pretty low poly. You can kind of see the octagonal effect here with the circles. But for the time, they were amazing, of course. They did a really great job, the developers. So there are things we can do to tidy this up, even with almost no actions. For example, if I do a simple subdivide operation to make things a little smoother, then these areas are just smoother compared to before, where they were all jagged. In some cases, a little too subdivided, but you get the idea. And so from here, the idea would be to rebuild these from scratch, because when we export these models, at least for now, they're technically stuck as one object. So it's simpler to just, these assets are so old, we might as well remake them. So if I pull this up, that was one of the original stepping stones, and I've made a custom one that will go in its place. And we'll put on new texture assets as well to make that all look nice. I don't know how we're going to handle, like, if we did realistic water, how that would actually look, but we could at least try to get the original water movement working and then eventually do more advanced stuff later. This will be a very long experimental, we'll see how it goes process, of course. But this is what I'm talking about with, whereas before the upscale project in effect is like a remaster, doing models and other things, the mods that have balance changes or other adjustments or quality of life things will constitute more like a remake. But it is important, like I said, to avoid those two terms, because it sounds like a fan game, and we are not doing that, and we want to completely stay in the legal clear by just doing modding. So just to make sure that is ultra clear. And back over here to, this is what it could look like when Maru could hold the pretty hammer actually and attack with it. So yeah, that is all I'm looking to show off for the moment. I will cut my screen capture. Yep, so that's all we've got for the moment. We will probably be streaming again next Friday. We could do Damia and Belzac and then work our way through to Mayfill. Wait, did I actually... Corey, did I fight the Winged Executioners or not? I don't remember.
Yeah, you did.
I did?
We just nuked Celibus.
We nuked Celibus, yes.
However, Celibus is fixed now, so
yeah. So
no longer an issue.
we're next going to be fighting, I guess maybe just next stream will also be optional bosses if we want to fight the dragon spirits. I'm not sure if we should do that. Maybe at least one of them. Like the divine dragon spirit is pretty hard. It would be nice to see me get my butt kicked one more time.
Yeah, I think we should do them.
Okay.
I mean, we're doing this stream to show off all of the content, so we might as well show off all the content.
Inca saying brighter please and all the other characters, of course. We will work on that. So next week probably be another optional boss stream, and if we have time we'll finish with Zackwell. If not, that'll be 2 weeks from now. We'll see how it goes. And we're getting close to the end of our first playthrough of Severed Chains. This is amazing, huh, Corey?
Yeah.
We're getting close to the end.
We would ever actually finish.
Yeah, like we've been doing this since September, but I think once a week is a pretty good rate to go. And then once we finish this playthrough, you know, I'm not planning to stream Severed Chains every Friday of my natural life, so that this may end at some point or change into another event. But I know that right after this playthrough is done, we'll probably do some one-off experimental runs. Testing different things like Corey, I think you were excited about a battle composer, so we could potentially just do one-off theory builds and stuff with the community and things.
Yeah, that was another dev stream. We were messing around with basically being able to like start a fight with whatever enemies you wanted. So you could pick any number of enemies, even more than what like the normal game lets you start combat with. Pick your enemies, you can pick who you want to use, your items, your equipment, your stats, etc., etc.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick couple commands with Nightbot and enjoy the fact that we now have a bot to help us with things. And we'll be closing the stream for tonight, so thank you all so much. Any last words, Corey?
Nothing for me, just stay tuned for the next dev stream and live stream.
Awesome. We'll see y'all next time. Look for convenient URLs in the chat as we go as well if you need them.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night and have a good weekend, y'all. Thank you for watching our live stream. If you enjoyed this content, consider double punching the subscribe button. If you really enjoyed it, consider double smacking the bell icon for notifications for all of our YouTube content. We also like to hear from the community. What was your favorite moment in this video? We would like to thank our Ko-fi supporters. The monetary donations from these folks help make it possible for us to provide additional services to the LOD fandom, as well as ensuring regular updates. Ko-fi supporters get perks for their assistance, such as early access to content. Thanks for watching. Head back to our YouTube channel for more content about Legend of Dragoon, such as recordings of previous live streams, new discoveries, game mods, and so much more.